ayendera zionetsero zingapo zimene unduna wa zachilengedwe komanso mabungwe osiyanasiyana akonza zokhudza makankhani zinyalala zochokera ku zipangizo za magetsi. Chingerezi chake tsikuli ndi e-waste day chidule, koma dzina lonse ndi electronic waste day, ndipo tsiku lake lenileni ndi pa 14 Oktoba chaka chilichonse, koma dziko la Malawi likukondwerera tsikuli lero lino pa 3 December 2024. Komanso monga tafotokozera pakhala mwambo wokhazikitsa ndondomeko yoona zipangizo zimenezi makazinyalala zimene zimachokera ku zipangizo za magetsi zosiyanasiyana. Ndiye pakali pano wachiwiri kwa mtsogoleri wa dziko lino akuyendera zionetsero zosiyanasiyana zimene akonza kuno. Tiyeni titsatire zonse.
And also we have a small present for you. Yeah. Yeah. So you can hang it anywhere.
Hang it somewhere.
Yes, in your office.
Welcome, Your Honor, to the BFIT program in the Ministry of Education. As you already said, my name is Mary Chokanemponda. I'm the Digital Education Specialist, and I'm with my colleague, Mr. Limbani Atina. So for the BFIT program, we are going to all the primary schools in Malawi, about 6,000 primary schools in 34 education districts. We're distributing these digital tablets for our standard 1 to 4 learners. So as you can see, over time, that means we're going to be generating a lot of e-waste. So we've set up a repairs warehouse where the schools, when they have issues with the digital tablets, they report to the district education managers' offices, and then we organize with our logistics and supply team to bring the tablets to the district education officers where they are repaired as the first level. If it can't be fixed over there, then they are all shipped to the warehouse where the repairs take place, and some of the components are reused as spare parts. Where we have failed to repair, right now we are just storing them in the warehouse, and we are working with some of the stakeholders. One example, Environmental Affairs Department, for us to work out on a long-term disposal process. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good afternoon, Mr. Vice President. My name is Barak Antoda, and my colleague here is Lakson. We are SPARE. SPARE is a project that has been developed to help manage the e-waste situation here in Malawi. SPARE, we are planning to have a facility that will be able to collect, manage, recycle, refurbish, and repurpose e-waste. So our project mainly will be collecting from households, from private companies or government institutions, where we'll be collecting this e-waste, and then we'll be producing things like you see today. So here we have like prototypes from the things that we have produced from discarded material. In this, here we have a popcorn maker. So this popcorn maker was produced from a discarded fridge, the body fridge, and then inside we have a motor, which was from a car that was also discarded, a wipe, and then we have a coil inside there that is also from a discarded. So all these components, we want to be picking them from different things that are discarded, creating things that will be valuable. Here we have a photo sensor that works with, it can work in a car, it can work at a household, it can work even when the night comes, the light will automatically come. Also here we have a study lamp with batteries from a discarded computer. So in this case, in the situation that we have a blackout, our students can be able to study. These are prototypes that we are still improving. Yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much. Yeah, so this is from a phone charger. So we have connected all this to create something that can be useful in our communities. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you. I'm Everson Mkaya, and my colleague is WESDIM is organization which is lined by, it's an organization that depends on membership to learn about the funding. But as he said, we do environmental education in different schools, communities, so that we raise awareness on anything that concerns environment, including waste management, which is part of electronic waste involved in it. So, as he's saying, with the launch of this policy, we'll also be able to go in different schools where we'll raise awareness, we'll educate learners, we'll educate parents on how we can take care of this waste. And at times, previously, whenever we are teaching learners, we were referring to Omicron, so that maybe they will be able to go and sell to Omicron. But now, knowing other partners, stakeholders that are doing it, we'll also be referring them to those organizations so they can sell, and the organization will use to whatever they're using. Thank you.
Finally, we have to recognize that management of e-waste is very expensive. Organizations that are taking part in the management need finances, and we are like in Malawi, we have big finance institutions that are willing to take part. And here we have Standard Bank that will make their visit.
Thank you, Your Excellence. Good afternoon. As Standard Bank, our purpose is to drive the growth of Mother Malawi, because we believe in Malawi. And because of that, we have aligned ourselves to the Paris Agreement. We have committed to make sure that by 2050, our emissions are at net zero. So in line with that, our strategy at the bank is to make sure that everything that we do in terms of delivering our services, in terms of the operations that we do internal, as well as our value chain from our vendors, is actually being sustainable. So we're happy to actually now with the Minister of Natural Resources on e-waste management policy, because it actually gives us that opportunity to actually send out that invitation to say we are ready to work with different partners in terms of financing, those that would actually want to set up e-management, e-waste management operations, as well as those that would want to do anything around sustainability. Thank you so much, Your Excellency.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us all stand. Ladies and gentlemen, let us all stand. Thank you.
wachiwiri kwa mtsogoleri wa dziko lino amalira kuyendera zionetsero zosiyanasiyana zomwe anazikonza kuno. Akafika pamalo pomwe akhale timva nyimbo ya mtundu wathu, ndipo mwamse uyamba ndi pemphero kuchokera kwa Dr. Thomas Manda, City of Eagles Living Waters Church International. Mapakali pano nyimbo iwathu.
Your Honor, Dr. Michael
mwambo ukupitirira tamva nyimbo ya
Malawi,
mtundu wathu
Dr. Yusuf
ndiye amene wongolera zochitika
for
pa
Natural
mwambo umenewu
Resources and
ndi
Climate
Ruth
Change,
Kulaisi.
Mrs. Bridget
Ndiye tsopano tikusiyeni m'manja mwawo.
Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority, the Honorable Justice Mzondi Mvula, Judge of the High Court, Dr. Luki Sikwese, Secretary to the Vice President, and all the government officials here present. All the development partners here present, Honorable Alfred Gia, Member of Parliament for Lilongwe City Center constituency, and all of the members of Parliament here present. Councillor Ruth Chingwalu, Deputy Mayor of the city of Lilongwe, and all the councillors here present. All of the traditional leaders here present, Bishop Masmanda, officiating clergy, and all of the religious leaders present, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, allow me today and this beautiful afternoon to welcome you to the commemoration of the International E-Waste Day and the launch of the National E-Waste Management Policy. Good afternoon. I think we could do better than that. Good afternoon. Fantastic. My name is Ruth Kulaisi, and I am going to moderate our program this afternoon. And I must say I'm glad that we get to be here together. I think kwa anthu ambiri makumva limodzi zankhani yoti e-waste ndijani mwina pali mafunso awiri atatu eti ndeno zimenezi ndi zinthu zomwe tikhale tikulongosolerana masana alero. Koma tisanapite patali ndi program yathu ndipemphe Bishop Masmanda aku City of Eagles Living Waters Church International kuti atitsegulire ndi pemphero. Ziko.
Let us bow our heads in prayer. Our Heavenly Father, in the mighty name of Jesus, we come before you with humble hearts to thank you for your continued loving kindness towards us. We thank you for the leadership of this nation for coming up with this program and initiative to commemorate International Waste Day and launch a National Waste Policy led by the Honorable President. We also want to thank you for the technology in our nation. We know this has come because of the scripture that is found in Daniel chapter 12 verse 2, which says, in the last days knowledge shall increase. We also know that this wisdom for great innovations has come because you are source of wisdom and you're the one that gives us wisdom for innovation. We also know that the computer age has come and is an enabler for numerous achievements, both economically, in the health sector, education, and many more. Our prayer today is, give us wisdom so that we are able to control and manage e-waste so that our environment is not affected negatively. We pray that people will be responsible to fight reckless behaviors on how to manage potential hazards. We pray against any climate change that comes as a result of environmental degradation. We pray that you bless Malawi, bless this meeting as we start. Bless each and every participant in this place. In the mighty name of Jesus we have prayed. Amen.
Amen. Thank you very much, Bishop, for that prayer. Once again, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, azimai ndi azibambo, anyamata ndi atsikana, tikulandireni kachikenda pamene tikukumbukira tsiku la International Waste Day. Tsiku lino ndilopambana kuno ku Malawi chifukwa kuti tikhalanso lero tikukhazikitsa ndondomeko yoona za e-waste zimenezi kuti kodi e-waste amene tizimusamala bwanji, tizichita naye bwanji. Tsopano just to explain a little bit about what e-waste is, mwina ndiyambe kaye ndi funso. alipo pano amene anali atabadwa eti tiyambe kubadwa eti fetena mwabadwa 2017 ndipo seyedwa apa alipo amene analipo nthawi yomwe kunali Nokia tupati Nokia 3310 right? I see a show of hands. Nokia 3310 amene anagwiritsira ntchito. Wow, okay, chepa a bit. Ambiri ticha kutsogolo. Ena ngati simumayuza Nokia 3310 mumayuza yani. Razor. There was this cool phone that we were using at some point. Phone yanuyo munita nayo jani. Fuso kukhala limenyo. When we look at things like iPhone them at router, jaka ndi jaka. Muga gweni nayo. Mmachita nayo jani inzagyo. Eti? So every time good mwina so phone yo ya onongeka or ya so we're done with it. Pamene bobondo di lifetime yake ndi fail ya. And now it becomes chinyarara, which is now waste, right? So waste yo tukambaza electronic and electrical equipment. Zinthu ngati mafoni yo, kona zinthu ngati fridge, kona zinthu ngati ma TV, mababu, zinthu zosiyana, zinthu zoti pakuti mapezeka kuti tikati tipite kuseli kuja, tinapakira ma fridge, zaka mbiri, omwe tinasiya kugwirisira ntchito. And these machines have a chemical siyana, omwe ali harmful kwa umoyo wa muntu, and also to the environment itself. So what are today? Which we're saying the policy which will be launched today, that e-waste management to look specifically at these two issues, the and electronic equipment waste management. So to our friends at home, BICC, launch the National E-Waste Management Policy. Now, just that quick explanation of why we're here, allow me now invite up to the podium for an in-depth presentation on the E-Waste Management Policy, which will be done by Mr. Onga Mbale Luka, Director of Environmental Affairs. Please give her a warm welcome as she comes.
Thank you very much. Your Honor, the Vice President Malawi, Dr. Michael Usi, the Secretary for Natural Resources and Climate Change, Dr. Yusuf Nkungula, the Secretary for the Office of the Vice President, Dr. Lake Sikwese, the Chairperson for the Malawi Environmental Protection Authority, MEPA, Dr. Kafakuma, the Chairperson of MACRA, Dr. Bridget Chibwana, the Mayor for Lilongwe City, the MP for this area, all protocols observed. Good afternoon. I will give a presentation on the e-waste policy, which has just been described by the Master of Ceremonies. I will give a brief introduction, and then I'll also talk about policy development process, the gaps that were identified, policy goal and objectives, the priority areas, how we are going to implement it, the monitoring and evaluation, and the next steps. So just to demystify again the e-waste, which the Director of Ceremonies ably explained, to say that e-waste refers to all items of electrical and electronic equipment and its parts. So these are equipment that use electric current or depend on electromagnetic current to operate, and also it's also the equipment that is used to assess these currents. So this is what is referred to as electronic and electric equipment. So at first we have the electronic equipment, which is what is being seen in the middle of the slide. You see we have temperature exchange equipment. This is equipment like fridges, air conditioners. We have TV screens. We have lamps. Even equipment such as fridges, stoves, cell phones, which she mentioned. So these are what the examples of the electrical and electronic equipment. So once these are used and they reach their end life, or we no longer need them, at that point then they become e-waste. And the picture on the right there shows the e-waste, and from the demonstrations that we had at the back, we saw how some of this equipment is being used to create new equipment. It's being dismantled to remove parts that are useful, and then also parts that can be discarded. So that is really just to give you an insight in terms of what we are talking about when it comes to e-waste. And then why should we be worried about e-waste? That was also explained. It's due to the environmental effects that come about as a result of poor disposal of this equipment. These equipment, some of them contain chemicals that are harmful. Some of them contain heavy minerals. For example, if we look at light bulbs, you find that some of them contain mercury. Some of them contain other heavy metals, which when they are discarded into the environment, they can pollute the environment. They can affect life in water. They can affect the soils. They can cause pollution. Even they can affect people. For example, if some of these chemicals actually, when they're ingested by, for example, fish, and then a person consumes that fish which has those heavy metals, the contaminants, I can say, they multiply, they bioaccumulate or biomagnify. So the effect becomes worse as it goes up the value chain. They also, so I've already mentioned, the human health effects on people, and some of these equipment, you find that people, because out of ignorance, they burn this equipment, and then it releases toxic fumes that when inhaled also have a detrimental effect on people, on children, and the like. So basically we are saying proper disposal, recycling, and responsible manufacturing practices are essential to mitigate some of these negative effects that arise as a result of poor disposal of these electronic and electric equipment once they reach their end of life. So as a result of these issues that are a concern to us, we decided that we needed to come up with a policy on e-waste. So the process was such that we had a task force that was composed of people from different institutions, MACRA, Environmental Affairs Department, MEPA, and other MDAs that have a stake in this. So we had multi-stakeholder teams that were working on this. So there was a desk study that was done looking at the policies, the legislation, and any materials that were there to determine if what gaps were there that needed to be addressed by a policy. So that was done, and once that was done, the gaps were identified, and issues paper was prepared to say these are the issues that warrant us to develop e-waste policy. So thereafter, we instituted a team that did the drafting of the policy, led by the OPC, and then key stakeholders like Natural Resources and Climate Change, MACRA, International Telecommunication Union, and others. And then once this draft policy was prepared, it underwent stakeholder consultation at different levels, and then finally, once concerns were integrated into the policy, then the policy was presented to a PS's committee responsible for issues of environment, and it went to full cabinet, approved. So that was basically the process. So in terms of the issues that were identified or the gaps, so firstly, just to mention that from the studies, it was noted that there has been a rapid increase or rise in terms of e-waste generated in the country. So from 1.3 million kilograms in 1995 to 12.5 million kilograms in 2021. So you can see that that is a big increase, which if not managed can end up having detrimental effects or impacts on the environment. Another issue that was identified was that there's a lot of low quality electronic and electrical equipment coming to the country. Some are donations, others are sold at a very cheap price. Most of them even are when they are about to reach their end of life. So at times we are like a dumping ground. They come in as donations, maybe computers, maybe phones that are being sold very cheaply, and some of them are even reconditioned. So people buy them, but they will just use them for a short period of time, and then they have to dispose of them. And then also it was identified that there is lack of a specific policy or legal framework that can manage or regulate issues of e-waste. And even in terms of the importation, there was no regulation to say, you know, if a product is about to reach its end life, maybe it's 1 year before its end of life, then maybe it mustn't come in or something like that. So it was just free for all. Anything could come in, and as a result, we end up with all these waste. But also just to mention that in other countries, it's very expensive to dispose of this type of waste. So the manufacturers have to spend a lot of money, or the importers have to spend a lot of money in terms of disposal of this waste. So at times they find that an easier way is to ship these things to countries that are, you know, maybe not well versed in terms of the effects and how they can manage them. So they will ship them, and then because it's cheaper for them to do that rather than to pay for the cost of proper disposal. So just to flag that. Another issue was an issue of inadequate public awareness on e-waste. A lot of people have these things, the cell phones, which we are no longer using, but then you don't know where do you take them to. Computers, I think a lot of offices, including our own, you'll find that there's a lot of, you know, old computers that were there maybe in 1993, they're still there. We don't know what to do with them. So these are the things that this policy is trying to address. And then again, the issue of institutional capacity, including expertise, infrastructure, and financial resources for appropriate management of the e-waste. And again, because there was no policy or anything like that to manage, it means that there was no coordination. Anybody was doing whatever they want to do. Yeah, so the graph on the right is just showing that there's been a rapid increase in terms of the amount of electric and electronic equipment coming onto the market. And the result is that as we have more equipment coming in, it means that again, it means a lot more is also becoming e-waste that needs to be managed. So on the left, that is the National E-Waste Management Policy of 2024, and the overall goal is to attain an effective, efficient, equitable, and responsible management of waste, electrical, and electronic equipment, with the ultimate goal of protecting human health and the environment. And then there are a number of policy objectives. Maybe I will not really go through all of them, but maybe just to mention a few, like to strengthen the institutional, legal, and regulatory framework for e-waste management, and then to also establish a sustainable financing mechanism for the e-waste, to set up a system for collecting, transporting, processing, and exporting the e-waste. And then to build technical capacity, we already see that there is technical capacity at the back, but we need to enhance that, and we need to have more people having that capacity to be able to handle that type of waste. And also, we want to strengthen quality assurance mechanisms for the electronic and electrical equipment so that we regulate what is coming into the country. But to do that, we need to build quality assurance mechanisms that can manage that. So in terms of the policy outcomes, we expect that with this policy, there will be a regulated and monitored e-waste sector, improved and sustained financing for e-waste management, increased knowledge and skills in e-waste management. We'll have a reliable information management system, and I think based on that system, we will be able to know how much, where these equipments are, where these wastes are, and then be able to come up with management decisions in terms of how we deal with these particular issues. So a number of policy outcomes, and then on the left, the figure is just trying to show the recycling process that, once you have this e-waste, there will be centers that will be put in place, so you can go and drop your e-waste there. They will receive it, and then it will be sorted, and then they will remove maybe hazardous materials. They will remove the useful materials that can be used and value added to them, and then they will process, and then the cycle goes on. But it can also, this information will be useful in terms of reporting and being able to manage the EU. So policy priority areas of them, but I know that I don't have too much time, so I'll not really go through them. I think some of them are also aligned to the outcomes which I was explaining. So those are the policy priority areas: the institutional, legal, and regulatory framework, the financing, the infrastructure development. That one is important because we need to have infrastructure. When people have this equipment, where do they take it to? And how is it handled? So these are the type of things that are priorities within this policy. Capacity building, I already mentioned. There will also be research and development, and also a certification process in terms of what is coming in and out of the country. In terms of the institutional arrangements, those are just to show, I'll not really go through all of them, but just to show that this e-waste cannot be handled by a single institution. Of course, there will be a coordinating institution, which is the Ministry of Natural Resources and Climate Change, but it requires concerted efforts of all stakeholders, and each stakeholder has a role and a part to play. So I'll not really go through all that, but just to show and demonstrate that there will be a number of players with different roles within this management of e-waste. And so these institutions are different levels. The previous slide was government institutions, and then we have these semi-autonomous government institutions also involved in this process. There are all those, I'll not go through each one of them. And then at civil society as well, and local level, there will also be institutions, the informal sectors, the producers of the waste, the consumers, the NGOs, and academia. So at different levels, there are different players. Each has a role to play so that this e-waste can be properly managed and for the benefit of human health and the environment, but also in terms of social and economic benefits. So the policy, like all policies usually, it also has a monitoring and evaluation plan, which has been prepared alongside the policy to be able to track progress on implementation of the policy. The plan highlights objectives, outputs, performance indicators, the targets, baseline, means of verification, assumptions, and risks. And then this policy is of 2024. 2 years later, there will be a midterm review just to see if this policy is still if it's still objective of the policy, and then also just looking at the implementation plan to see if it's still relevant. Are there any changes? Are there any issues that have emerged along the way that need to be taken into account? So at least there will be a review mid-term, and then a final review after 5 years. And normally these policies are for 5 years. So after that, there will be a review, and then maybe there could be another policy that supersedes this one that takes into account any issues that have emerged along the way within that period of 5 years. In terms of next steps, because having the policy is one thing, but what are we going to do after this? So to operationalize this policy, a number of things will happen, which include we will develop instruments for establishment of third-party organizations and institutional arrangements. The institutional arrangements which I've mentioned there, but we need to come up with regulations. We need to come up with guidelines that will really guide all these players in terms of how they are going to manage this e-waste. And then we also undertake countrywide dissemination of this policy. People need to know this policy, what is it saying, and how does it affect them in terms of the e-waste. And it will also guide them in terms of, where do they take the waste to, how do they manage it. And we also plan to also translate this into local languages, because the e-waste these days, it's in this digital age, it's not just for people in town, but even people in the villages. They have cell phones, so, and other electronic equipment. So they also need to know and be aware that there's this policy, and then they know what they need to do to be responsive to the policy. And then we also build capacity across the various institutions that are playing a part or have a stake in this management of the e-waste. There will be research programs that will be developed. Standards and guidelines I've already mentioned. There will also be engagements with the private sector. Already we have interest from one private sector entity that wants to work with the government to see how best they can do this. And also, apparently, we also understand that the manufacturers have an obligation as well. In fact, there are resources that are tied to the manufacturing of this equipment that we should be able to tap into. So we will also be using our private sector partners to see how best we can tap into these resources to be able to grow the industry. And just to mention that I think when we're looking at e-waste, we are not just looking at waste that is disposed, but it can also create green jobs. If we have proper facilities that manage this e-waste, they recycle, they remove the useful components, it means that we are able to create green jobs. New things, innovations can be made from what was previously waste, as we also was demonstrated in one of the pavilions. So this is the end of my presentation, but if people want more information, we are available. I just quickly went through it in the interest of time. But just to mention that, please join the e-waste hunt. I know we all have some form of e-waste in our houses. Let's be part of this. Let's find out what e-waste we have, and then let's support our colleagues behind who have already started the process of managing this e-waste, and we can take it there. So reduce, reuse, and retrieve. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for your presentation, Ms. Daonga, and just bringing us insight on the policy that we're launching here today. With more detail, ndondomeko imene ya e-waste management kasamalidwe ka zinyala zimenezi. Tsopano chinthu chomwe chinachulidwa chachikulu nchonena kuti capacity building and awareness is actually a key priority issue for this policy. Ndino tikamayamba za awareness, pabwino poyamba pamakhala pa mwana. Ifoti mwana ukamuuza ndi chilungamo ndi mmene zilili wamva walandira, and they run with that information. Compared to anthu akuluakulu kati longosole apa titere kena kono. For the young ones, it's quick. They get it and they go with it. And with that in mind, this issue is also being spoken of in the schools, e-waste management. So mwina kwa ife ena kumwa ife ndikuwayamba kuzimva kuma maskulumu ndi zinthu zoti akhala akukamba. Pakadali pano tifuna kuti timve mapoema awiri kuchokera kwa maskulu awiri ochokera kuno ku Lilongwe. Tika tukumva kuchokera kwa Mkwichi Secondary School students and also Chimutu Community Day Secondary School students. Amene ayambe ndi aku Chimutu Day Secondary School. Maina ao mumvetete tisinena zambiri, but they have some famous names, Your Honor. If you can pay attention to these names, they're quite famous. So who knows what their future will be like, these young ones? Yes. So the two to come and share the first poem are both in Form 2, Oyamba di Trifonia Jilomeni, Eti. And the second one is Charisma Jerry. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with a round of applause our two students that will be sharing their poems.
With a poem entitled Electronic Waste Management.
Let's conserve the environment. Let's make the world be a better place to be. Electrical and electronic equipments. Yes, we need them. But how should we manage them? Buy only what we need?
Yes. Oh yes. Let's manage our equipment. Do we need to turn off devices not in use?
Yes.
Do we need to adjust device settings?
Yes. Oh yes. Let's manage our equipments for the better environment.
Let's recycle devices responsibly. Dispose batteries responsibly.
Let's make a change starting today. Let's conserve the environment and let it be in a sustainable way.
A huge round of applause for Trifonia and Charisma there. Our next poem is coming from Mkwichi Secondary School, and this will be presented by Kalimire Sauli. Kalimire is in Form 3. Please give Kalimire a warm welcome. Pamene akubwera kutsogolo timombere mmanja. Kuti asaope mwanayu, timombere mmanja ndithu, timulandire zikomo.
I've come with a poem titled Proper Electronic Waste Disposal. This is me, the one who receives without complaining. My legs are now rigid, my hands are tied up, my mouth is sealed, not able to do anything, dying with poison each and every time, given to me by hungry lions. I have no rights to speak for myself. I just let my tears wash my worries away. Now many years have passed, throwing your dead computers on me, your broken phones on my big berry. Now I'm tired to feed on your electronic devices. My berry is now full. I cannot manage to spit anything. It's now my turn to let you know that I am vital. Due to your recklessness, I will fill your land with water like super ocean. I will let your land in deserts. Thunderstorm will be on your heads. Famine will become your greatest friend. It will be better for you to find better ways of feeding your electric devices, like recycle, reduce, and reuse, not on me, so that we can become friends before things get worse. Thank you.
thank you for your poem. She's speaking there on behalf of the earth. And of course, the poem before that was an appeal to each and every one of us to play our part. As you can see, the call is to join the e-waste hunt. Retrieve, recycle, and revive. This policy idithandizira ndithu kuti ndondomeko imeneyi ya retrieving, recycling, and reviving you iteke kunoku ku Malawi, which is why we're going to be launching the policy. On that note, I would now like to invite up to the podium also a key stakeholder in this movement that we're on currently. To present a statement is Mrs. Bridget Jibwana, Board Chairperson from Malawi Communication Regulatory Authority, MACRA. Please welcome her with a warm clap. Thank you.
Director of Ceremonies, Manja Mamunali Mosa Wanira. Yeah, that's better. Thank you. The guest of honor, the Right Honorable Dr. Michael Usi, Vice President of the Republic of Malawi, Secretary for Natural Resources and Climate Change, Dr. Yusuf Nkungula. With your permission, Right Honorable Vice President, allow me to say all protocol observed, because I have a long list of salutations. Nevertheless, I would like to join the Director of Ceremonies in welcoming and thanking the young people, the young boys and girls who have joined us today. It is an honor for me to deliver this statement on the commemoration of the 2024 International E-Waste Day and official launch of the Malawi National E-Waste Management Policy, which marks a milestone in Malawi's effort and commitment to safeguarding both human health and our environment. Your Honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, the International E-Waste Day, which falls on 14th October every year, was designed in 2018 by the United Nations Basel Convention to raise awareness about the growing problem of e-waste and to encourage individuals, organizations, and governments to take appropriate action. At MACRA, we are aware that Malawi, like many countries, face significant challenges in managing e-waste, which poses environmental and health challenges if not disposed of properly. Your Honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to present a congratulatory message from the International Telecommunications Union, ITU, commending Malawi for developing and launching her e-waste management policy. The message is from Dr. Cosmas Lakison Zavazava, who is the Director of Telecommunication Development Bureau, and it reads, "My congratulations to Malawi on the launch of their national policy on e-waste management. This is a great development in the collective effort to address the global e-waste challenge. I am pleased to see our impactful collaboration with the government of Malawi, as well as substantial stakeholder consultation process that led to the adoption of this forward-looking policy. End of message. And Your Honor, you note that when the director was making her presentation, she also alluded to the fact that the ITU was part of the partner that supported the process. As Malawi implements the policy, the MACRA will continue to play its role and mandate through supporting the development of regulations and tools, developing and publishing technical standards related to communication goods and services, establishing a type approval regime for terminal equipment or any other electronic equipment in the telecommunication sector, strengthening relevant institutional, legal, and regulatory frameworks for waste management of electric and electronic equipment, implementing awareness and education programs, and supporting the strengthening of monitoring and quality assurance mechanisms for EEEs. Your Honor, before I close, I would like to commit that as MACRA, we are going to support the implementation of the policy through the Ministry of Natural Resources and Climate Change, the Ministry of Information and Digitalization, and all key stakeholders, including ministries, departments, and government agencies, the private sector, the informal sector, civil society organizations, the academia, and research institutions. Before I leave the podium, Your Honor, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, let me reiterate that at MACRA, we are geared towards addressing gender equality and social inclusion in the communications sector. So we look forward to working with our partners to address gender exclusion and the digital divide. With these few remarks, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, I would like to thank you for listening, and may God bless us all. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Bridget Tubana, for those remarks and also for the work that MACRA and of course a success. Pamene tupitiriza ndi masana tu program yathu masana no gule akonzeka mmene mukumvera mwete pakadali pano pakubwera anzathu traditional dance by Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources Bunda Campus Catholic Students Organizations C dances.
yasita nyengo, nyengo titandisireni, nyengo yasita nyengo, aboma titandisireni, yasita, yasita nyengo, aboma yasita, yasita nyengo, abumwe titandisireni, nyengo yasita nyengo, aboma titandisireni. Oh, yasita nyengo, abomwe. Yasita, yasita nyengo, aboma. Yasita, yasita nyengo, aboma. Nyengo, yasita nyengo, aboma. Titanisileni. Nyengo, yasita nyengo, aboma. Titanisileni, yasita. Hosa nayo.
Thank you very much to the Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources dance crew. Thank you very much for welcoming us and also educating us in the process about this e-waste management and the policy that we are launching here today. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, Your Honor, allow me to invite up to the podium for a statement by Dr. Yusuf Kungula, who is the Principal Secretary from the Resources and Climate Change, who have brought us here together this afternoon. Dialandile ndi manja mwa.
Thank you very much, Director of Ceremonies. Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Policy is about to be launched by His Honor, so let's be energetic. And I'm happy because this policy, because we are mandated to manage the environment. The guest of honor, Right Honorable Vice President of the Republic of Malawi and Minister of Natural Resources and Climate Change, Dr. Michael Usi. Secretary to the Vice President, Dr. Lak Skwese, Principal Secretary for Administration in the Ministry of Natural Resources and Climate Change, Mr. Richard Perekamoyo. Principal Secretary for Administration in the Office of Organization, the Director of Environmental Affairs Department, Mrs. Taonga Mbaleruka, and senior government officials present here. The board chairperson for Malawi Communication Regulatory Authority, MACRA, Mrs. Bridget Chibwana. The board chairperson for Malawi Environment Protection Authority, MEPA, Dr. Robert Kafakoma. The Chief Executive Officer for Lilongwe City Council, Dr. MacLeod Kadamanja. The District Commissioner for Lilongwe District. Member of Parliament for Lilongwe City Center, Honorable Alfred Gia. Representatives of the development partners and all the donor community. Let me also recognize representatives of different civil society organizations and also representatives from Standard Bank and all the private sector representatives. Respected academicians, valued members of the non-state actors, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. Guest of honor, today we gather to commemorate the 2024 International E-Waste Day and to officially launch the Malawi National E-Waste Management Policy. Each year, International E-Waste Day is held on 14th October, but in Malawi, we are commemorating it nationally today, 3rd December, as we were not able to do so with the rest of the world due to other issues we could not foresee. The day offers an opportunity to reflect on the impacts of e-waste and the necessary actions to enhance security for electric and electronic products, raise the public profile of waste electrical and electronic equipment, recycling, and encourage consumers to recycle. Today's commemoration of the e-waste and the launch of the National E-Waste Management Policy present a moment that calls for reflection on the critical challenges posed by electrical and electronic equipment and waste in the country. According to the United Nations General E-Waste Monitor, in 2022, 62 billion kilograms of e-waste were generated globally. The quality of e-waste is expected to rise to 82 billion kilograms by 2030. And this amount is quite alarming. As I indicated, the amount of e-waste is growing 5 times faster than formal recycling collection rates since the year 2010. Malawi has not been spared from this serious problem. Unfortunately, we have not had any guiding document for the management of the e-waste, despite the serious challenges posed by e-waste. The launch of the National E-Waste Policy today, therefore, marks a significant step forward in our commitment in safeguarding both human health and our environment. At this juncture, the guest of honor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I know the Director of Environmental Affairs gave details in terms of what the policy is all about, but just maybe to buttress a little bit. This National E-Waste Management Policy is not just a document. It is a guiding framework for all stakeholders in our nation. It outlines systematic interventions for managing what we often refer to as e-waste. This policy embodies our government's commitment to protect the environment and human health from hazardous chemicals, fully aligning with our national development goals and the sustainable development goals. Malawi may not manufacture electrical and electronic equipment, yet we are a hub of imported goods, receiving new and second-hand electrical and electronic equipment from across Asia, the Middle East, the USA, Europe, and South Africa. Sadly, many old and end-of-life electrical and electronic equipment items find themselves in homes, offices, schools, and repair shops, festering well beyond their useful lives. This accumulation underscores the urgent necessity to address the potential harm of e-waste. Our policy, as already highlighted by the Director of Environmental Affairs, has 6 priority areas. And these include institutional, legal, and regulatory framework, financing, infrastructure development, capacity building and awareness, research and development, and electrical and electronic equipment certification. Just also to highlight that every one of us has a role to play in terms of how we manage our environment through management of e-waste. Whether we are end users, whether we are manufacturers or producers, as long as we are alive, use these types of waste day in, day out. So it is also our responsibility to ensure that we contribute in terms of management e-waste. The policy's existing policies aimed at protecting our environment and reducing the negative impacts of e-waste. Historically, e-waste has been a neglected aspect of our environmental management policies, despite its classification as hazardous waste. The Environmental Management Act of 2017 and the Environmental Management, Waste Management and Sanitation Regulations of 2008 do not adequately address the issue of e-waste. This policy, therefore, comes at a crucial time as Malawi has seen a steep increase in e-waste generation, growing from 4 million kilograms in 2014 to over 14.53 million kilograms today. The data is quite alarming. The Global E-Waste Monitor estimates that in 2016, Malawi generated 9.5 million kilograms of e-waste, and by 2021, this figure had risen to nearly 14.53 million kilograms. As we increase our reliance on mobile phones, computers, and televisions, we must recognize the need for an effective e-waste management system. At present, our e-waste is not managed in an environmentally sound manner. Precious materials are extracted by informal waste collectors without safety measures, posing significant risks to human health and the environment. We must shift this paradigm, establishing recycling facilities and creating green jobs. A robust management system will ensure the responsible disposal of e-waste while recovering valuable materials for social and economic gains. Our Constitution mandates us to promote the welfare of the people and protect our environment for future generations. The National E-Waste Management Policy is a manifestation of that commitment. It aligns with our long-term vision as articulated in the Malawi 2063, which stresses environmental sustainability as enabler number 7, and of course, responsible for resource management. The guest of honor, ladies and gentlemen, the National E-Waste Management Policy recognizes that everyone has a role to play in the environmentally sound management of e-waste. Therefore, the robust framework provided by this policy fosters collaboration among government institutions, the private sector, non-governmental organizations, development partners, academia, civil society, the informal recycling sector, and all consumers of electrical and electronic equipment, ensuring that actually understands their roles and responsibilities. Through its implementation plan, we would take a coordinated approach to implement this policy. A monitoring and evaluation plan will help us track our progress. As we launch this essential policy today, let's reaffirm our commitment to work together to innovate effective strategies for waste responsibly. Let us that our environment is clean, safe, and sustainable for all Malawians now and for future generations. The guest of honor, distinguished, I would like to also, in a special way, on behalf of the Minister of Natural Resources and Climate Change, Standard Bank, for showing some commitment in terms of implementation of the national e-waste. Just yesterday, we witnessed a brief ceremony in terms of handing over of a damage check, contribution to the implementation of the policy worth 5 million Malawi kwacha. Can we give them a hand? Thank you so much for starting the game, and we believe the other private sector will the action to ensure that the national e-waste policy is implemented religiously, the intended goals and objectives. I would go on and on and on talking about the e-waste and the national e-waste management policy, but I know time is of essence. I therefore would like to humbly request the guest of honor, the Right Honorable Dr. Michael Us, the Vice President of the Republic of Malawi and Minister of Natural Resources and Climate Change, to address us and launch the national e-waste management policy. I thank you very much for your attention. God bless you.
Dr. Yusuf Mkungula, Secretary for Natural Resources and Climate Change, Mrs. Bridget Chibwana, Board Chairperson, Malawi Communications Regulatory Authority, the Honorable Justice Nzondi Mvula, Dr. Luke Sikwese, Secretary to the Vice President, and all the government officials here present, all the development partners here present, Honorable Alfred Gia, Member of Parliament for Lilongwe City Centre constituency, and all the members of Parliament here present, Councillor Ruth Chingwalu, Deputy Mayor of the City of Lilongwe, and all the councillors here present, all the traditional leaders here present, Bishop Thomas Mandla, officiating clergy, and all the religious leaders here present, distinguished divided guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me, in a very special way, take recognition of the students that are here and to wish them well in their studies, because e-management policy implementation does demand participation of students. So I need to take special recognition of the students and to wish them well. It is with great pride and honor that I stand before you today as we commemorate International e-waste Day 2024 under the Hunt, Retrieve, Recycle, and Revive. Today marks a significant milestone in Malawi's ongoing commitment to environmental sustainability, particularly in the area of electronic waste, e-waste management. This occasion is not only about raising awareness, but also taking concrete steps and healthier environment for future generations. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, in our modern world, technology plays a critical role in driving social and economic progress. However, the rapid advancement of electronic services or devices has also brought with it an increasing challenge, the issue of e-waste. As technology evolves, all electronic products are discarded, contributing to an amounting global problem that affects the environment, human health, and economy. In Malawi, as elsewhere in the world, the improper disposal of e-waste has led to soil and water contamination, the release of hazardous materials, health risks to the people who come with these materials. E-waste, if not handled properly, can wreak havoc on our environment, and this is why we must join hands in this global effort to retrieve, recycle, and revive. This year's theme, Join the e-waste hunt, retrieve, recycle, and revive, encourages us all to actively participate in addressing the e-waste crisis. It calls governments, businesses, communities, and individuals to step up, retrieve all the electronic devices that have been left to gather dust, recycle them properly, and revive valuable resources that would otherwise be lost. We are not just talking about reducing the amount of e-waste, but ensuring and materials contained within these devices are reused and repurposed in a circular economy. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, let me now address the issue of national e-waste management policy. As part to tackling the e-waste challenge in Malawi, I am proud to announce the launch of our national e-waste management policy today. This policy is a critical step forward in our journey towards creating a sustainable framework for managing e-waste in Malawi. The national e-waste management policy outlines clear strategies on the following: to establish a formal, efficient, and environmentally sound e-waste collection and recycling system, promote public awareness and education on the risks of improper e-waste disposal, enhance regulatory measures to ensure that both local and international stakeholders adhere to safe practices in handling e-waste, encourage innovation and investment in e-waste recycling technologies that create jobs and contribute to greener economy, strengthen the capacity of institutions responsible for e-waste management and regulations. The e-waste management policy encourages all stakeholders to play their role to ensure that a circular economy is achieved. The reuse, repurposing, and recycling of e-waste is often called urban mining, which is a term for raw materials that are hiding in the e-waste in our homes and offices. These materials can be used to manufacture new products, thereby reducing the demand to extract new resources from the environment. In the coming years, our nation will face increasing amounts of e-waste as more and more people access electronic devices. The question, therefore, is not whether we will have problems, but how we will address it. By implementing this policy, we will lay a foundation for integrated, sustainable approach to managing e-waste that prioritizes the protection for environment and public health. We recognize the role of the private sector in driving innovation and solutions. It is essential for businesses to take responsibility for the products they manufacture and ensure that they are disposed of properly at the end of their life cycle. Additionally, international cooperation will be key in tackling the cross-border flow of e-waste and ensuring that proper disposal methods are followed. I call upon all stakeholders, government agencies, the private sector, civil society, and every Malawian citizen to support and engage in the national effort to manage e-waste. Let us work together to retrieve all electronics, recycle them responsibly, and revive the previous or the precious resources contained within them for the benefit of our country, society, and environment. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, as we commemorate today and launching the e-waste management policy, I urge everyone to reflect on the importance of responsible consumption and management of the e-waste. E-waste management is not only a challenge but also an opportunity to build a circular economy where valuable materials are recovered and reused, reducing the strain on our natural resources. As I conclude, let me emphasize that each one of us has a role to play in this global and national effort. Together, we can retrieve, recycle, and revive the transforming our e-waste problem into an opportunity for innovation, sustainability, and a cleaner environment. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, with these few remarks, I declare the commemoration of the e-World e-Waste Day officially open and e-waste management policy officially launched. Thank you, and let us all be part of the solution to the e-waste. God bless you all, and God bless Malawi. Thank you very much.
Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, the policy will now be presented for a symbolic launch. And it will be launched by the ribbon, and then the policy will be presented to a number of organizations that are represented here. The policy is handed to the Vice President, and he is cutting the ribbon to symbolize the official launch. Yes, a round of applause. The national the BICC of the Republic of Malawi. As mentioned earlier, there are a number of organizations been invited here also. These are key stakeholders, and I will be calling out some of their names to come and receive a copy of the policy. When you do get the copy of the policy, I'll ask that you do stay close, don't go back to your seat, because we'll be taking a photo just right after that. May I invite up from Parliament, Honorable Alfred Gia, to come and receive a copy of the policy. From Judiciary, may I please have Justice Zondi Mvula to come and receive a copy of the policy. BE Fit is represented by Ms. Chrissy Mdonga. Please come and receive a copy. National Youth Network on Climate Change, Madam Mercy Gadahoma, to come and receive a copy. Lilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Mr. Chris Gambani, to come and receive a copy, and from Standard Bank, Mr. Amanda Ngombe, to come and receive a copy. May we please have a representative from Makra L to come and receive a copy of the policy. Well, the board chair is right there, so she's going to receive it. I'll ask that you all remain for a group photo as well, and then we'll have the next batch come through. May I please also have a representative from Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, to come and receive a copy for this photo as well. A representative from Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO. Thank you. And from TNM, Bashir Mponda, to come and receive a copy. Thank you, sir. This is the copy of the e-waste management policy that has been launched this afternoon here at BICC. Once again, looking to effectively and responsibly manage electrical and electronic equipment waste to protect human health and the environment. Chituzi ndichimenechi chomwe tikujambulisa masanano kuno ku BICC ku Lilongwe pamene ndondomeko yoona zinyalala waste ya electronic and electrical. Our next photo is going to be one from the VVIP as well. So this will have, of course, thank you to everyone that has joined us for this one, but we'll ask for the minister, for the PS to remain, and for the Vice President, Your Honor, please to stick around for this next one. Director for Environmental Affairs to join this photo. Board Chair from MEPA to join us for this one as well. Chair for Lilongwe District Council, the Deputy Mayor to come on to the stage, Lilongwe CEO or the representative, Lilongwe City Central MP, and the clergy, Bishop Thomas Manda, to come up for this next one. Again, we're commemorating the International E-Waste Day and launching the National E-Waste Management Policy. We're looking to retrieve, recycle, and revive. My phone, my screen, my babu, washing machines, all large equipment, small vacuum cleaners, cameras, all sorts of equipment. So are electrical. Thank you, Your Honor, and thank you, everyone. To be responsibly recycled. Mejimanenera mujazintu zimene zizilindi magemi gosiana siana omwe ali opya pa moyo wa muntu komanso the environment itself, and we're looking to see kuti zimene zitita kuzisamala mwantundu wanji responsibly and effectively. Well, on that note, Your Honor, ladies and gentlemen, we've also come to the end of our program today and our launch this afternoon, and I'm very happy to see that the young people people are very much engaged. If you have time, rather when we're leaving, and not just the students, but each and every one of us are available and fed currently to tackle Ministry of Education already engaged, because they are part of those that are bringing tablets muno Malawi. Also aona kuti amene kubweresa matablet amene tithandizira bwanji nthawi yawo ikadzatha imeneyo. When they are done and they're used with, how are they going to dispose of them? So many of us will now start looking tikapita kunyumba kuyangana kuti kodi mafoni ndi zinzake zili pati, and how are we going to manage this waste effectively? A request from the Vice President for a special photo with the students. A round of applause, students. I see how excited they are. Two. Actually, to play hunt for retrieving, recycling. And now, real quick, we have spoke about the policy and framework to also guide establishments on sustainable financing for e-waste management. As you know, this will require some good financing, establishment of national systems on collection, transport processes, export e-waste consistent with international commitments, which we know MACRA is also playing a huge part of. Building a technical capacity, personal responsibility, and regulating e-waste. Raising awareness of the e-waste management, strengthening mechanisms, and improving data and on e-waste. These are some of the key issues that this policy will tackle. The Ministry of Natural Resources and Climate Change, of course, has brought us here to launch this policy and also to commemorate the International E-Waste Day, which actually came around earlier this year in October. But now we are looking at launching our national policy. So tangone tsaudi zintu ziwiri zimenezi zikumanizane tikubangaza international komanso looking at it nationally with a call for us to participate on a personal level. E-waste hunt, retrieve, recycle, and revive. Here's a group photo, the Vice President and the that earlier came on to do a dance, and they did pretty well with that. Akulilongwe University of Agriculture and Natural Resources Bunda Campus Catholic Students Organization Dance Crew. Ayudazaji Yamada Bameneva Chindeka, aka Selfie, with the Vice President. That's a good one. Fantastic. Thank you very much, Your Honor. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and to everyone at home. Thank you for joining us. Once again, we've come to the end of our program. On that note, may I request Your Honor and everyone in the room to stand for the national anthem. Thank you.
Nyimbo ya mtundu watu imeneyo pamene tafika ku mapeto kwa mwambo umene umachitika kuno ku Bingu International Convention ICC. Pa mwambo umenewu panali zochitika ziwiri. Poyamba kukondwerera tsiku loganizira ku zipangizo za magetsi zosiyanasiyana. Tsiku lenileni ndi pa 14 Oktoba chaka chilichonse pa dziko lonse. Komano kuno ku Malawi tsiku limeneli talikondwerera lero pa 3 December 2024. Ndipo chachiwiri chinali kukhazikitsa ndondomeko yothandiza kuti pazikhala kusamala kwabwino kwa zinyalala zimenezi zochokera ku zipangizo za magetsi zosiyanasiyana. Ndipo tu mlendo wolemekezeka pa mwambo umenewu amenenso wakhazikitsa ndondomekoyi ndi wachiwiri kwa mtsogoleri wa dziko lino usi. Ndipo pakali pano atuluka muno mu chitikira mwambo umenewu. Ndikodizi kuzinyalala za magetsi ndi ziti pali magawo asanu. Kuyamba pali zipangizo zoziziritsa zinthu zosiyanasiyana, ndiye pali zinthu ngati kandi mafriza, air conditioner, komanso zotenthetsa mpweya, mahita gawo loyamba. Gawo lachiwiri ndi televisioni, laptop, ma notebook, kaya ma tablet, zonsezi zili mgulu lokhalokalo la gawo lachitatu ndi nyali zosiyanasiyana, kaya ndi ma fluorescent lamps, kaya mababu wa mitundu yosiyanasiyana ali mgulu limenelo. Gawo linanso zipangizo zikuluzikulu ngati ma washing machine, komanso zomitsira zovala, zosiyanasiyana za printer akuluakulu, komanso sola ndi zina zotero zilinso. Zipangizo zing'ono ngati ma ketu, ma sheva, ma calculator, ma video camera, zosiyanasiyana tizimaliza ndi zipangizo za makono ngati mafoni, kaya GPS, ma printer, ma telefoni amene zonsezi nzoti zimatha kuthandiza kuonjezera ku zinyalala zochokera ku magetsi. Choncho pafunika kukhala ndondomeko yabwino yosamalira zinthu zimenezi. Pamalizira kulutsa kwathu kuchokera kuno ku BICC, ndipo malo mwa anzanga onse, ine Raymond Katayika tsopano ndikubwezereninso ku nyumba yathu yolutsira mawu ku mzinda wa Blantyre, Zikomo.